Hello, storytellers. It's Storytelling Ron, and look what I got for you. So this is, of course, the Apostles of the Epoch, which is, I'm going to start off with the Dark Ages. This is going to be the Kickstarter. This is the little 8x10 comic rules book. I'm going to make it like the rules book. But this is just, I got a prototype and wanted to feel it, see it, before I decided. And this is, I think this is going to be fun because it's very, easy. It's a staple. Let me just go to the middle here. It's the staple, but that makes it easier than to use it. This is a usable, role for a GM. This is a usable book. You're going to throw this down, and this is going to be your resource. And you only need a few pages of rules, like say right here, the combat and actions. And then if you want to reference the game mechanics, there it is. Power fate. This is the conditions and life saves and all that. This is basically the blessings that the characters use, suggested skills. This is for the Apocalypse one, but we'll have something very similar to this for the Dark Ages. I have it as a PDF, this formatted, so I have formatted it. Here's the character sheet, and then this is the transport gear and supplies for the transport. And you obviously can just, bend down crease the thing there, no big deal. Just making the characters. Starting supplies, explaining the supply part of the game, role-playing game. And this is obviously for the Apocalypse, but this will be in the here. I got this here outside the camera view here. I just move everything around. So this is the original For the Lord in print as a staple stitch. Whatever it's called, this staple center thing. But this one's is not on Game Crafter. They don't have this size. This is like an indie local one, and then of course the indie local one doesn't do the box. Which I want to do this box. It's pretty big. This is you can't see it all. This is the game box. I'm gonna have this for the Dark Ages. So you have a cool game box, and in this you're gonna actually have three of these: the rules book, a campaign book, like with adventures, and then a creature book. So there's actually gonna be three of these little booklets. And then there's gonna be this is 55 pages. There's going to be a almost 200-page book of these token assets, of these guys that you can cut out. So you're gonna, and I basically took this book, which is the rule book, but I decided, the pages started coming out, and I was like, you know what? I just basically bent it really hard and then just started taking the pages out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna use this because I like the paper. It's nice and thick and glossy. And you can cut out these guys, and then I'll have this be the actual cutouts of all the little tokens. And then of course of all these little map pieces. These will be, miniature size to scale to the miniatures so that you can cut these out. They'll be on these pages, and there's 200 pages. Obviously, and the back side is going to be blank, so that you can cut it out. So that's going to be, technically about 100 pages of art. And the back page is going to be blank. But that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be pretty thick. And then the cover, once you have the cover, this will be a GM screen. And I made it so that the cover's got all the player side of references, and then the GM side of references. So that'll be that. This will be the box, and then when you cut out the pieces, you can throw it in the box. So you'll have this is what I did. These are all the Dark Ages ones actually, and this is the map pieces. Now obviously I don't have it organized. I probably should do like a little Ziploc organizing it all. And there'll even be digital. You'll even get a digital version of everything so that you can print it out on your own photo paper. And I printed out this big version of the town that I did, but you can obviously do just, this is I think too I want to do a large map of the region. I just printed this out on paper and made it a little crusty and dirty so they could take a look at this but I think I'm gonna do some kind of map as well in the Kickstarter. And this is my old one, but this will be part of the Dark Ages game. Okay, so that's going to be the upcoming Kickstarter. I'm going to get that figured out, finalize all of that. But this is a handy, cool little it's definitely not a comic book. It's much stronger than a comic book. Like the cover is maybe like a comic book, but the inside feels the same. I mean, I think it's the exact same paper. I mean, so that's going to be handy dandy. And if these staples ever come out, you can always go on YouTube, and because they have there's a way to fix the staples on your own without having one of those big center staples. But on YouTube, I remember finding it. They should have waited to repair, restaple it if you had needed to, or to make your own center staple booklets. But yeah, so this is what I'm be doing for the Kickstarter. For the Dark Ages. I was going to do all three together: Dark Ages, Apostles of the Apocalypse, and Creatures in Space. But the amount of the amount of printable assets they're going to be is going to be massive, for the printable thing, and that's going to be just too much. It's going this thing, the cost of printing out this is like up to $30 for the 200 pages, which is kind of like if you print it all out, it'd probably use up $30 worth of ink. So I think that's a good deal because you get really good paper, printing out all this stuff, and you don't have to cut out every page. Just what you were going to use for that adventure. But eventually, I'm assuming you'll cut them all out as you progress in doing your own campaigns and stories. And using what you have there. And what's fun too is I really like about the these guys is that I will start jigsaw puzzling them together to create my little maps, and then start creating the story based off of that. Who's where, what are they doing? I just kind of create a little map like this, and then just put, obviously I want to put something at the end of it, and then some traps and goofy little things as they traverse through there. So yeah, the Kickstarter for the Dark Ages box set is coming. It's new now, and then of course all of you that was on my previous Kickstarter that got this. I'm gonna figure out a way to thank you if you do want to buy this new version. I'm going to do some sort of customizing new characters for you guys if you want to then partake in the new Kickstarter. I'll definitely make a note of that in the Kickstarter, that the previous guys that got this. I'll do some sort of signing or personal kit and add some new stuff in there, or give you guys some custom tokens. I'll draw out for you guys. Just in appreciation for you supporting me in this one, and which has then helped me to sort of continue on and develop, encourage me to go even more with this stuff. So I think this will be fun as a real in your hands for the Lord RPG. All right, thanks for listening, watching. So follow me. Be on the lookout for my Kickstarter notice once I figure it all out and get it going. All right, remember the game of life. Roll holy dice.